Breaking news on Seahawks today. Wide receiver DK Metcalf has signed a 3-year, $72 million contract extension to remain with the Seattle Seahawks, according to ESPN's Adam Schefter. Some big news for the Seahawks. Seahawk fans have been wanting this for a very long time. DK Metcalf held out for mandatory minicamp to get that message delivered that he wanted to get a deal done. Training camp begins. We see him go with a hold in, was still there but not practicing. And now DK gets the deal that he wanted. We'll break this all down in just a moment. Let's start out with the tweets from ESPN's Adam Schefter. Seahawks wide receiver DK Metcalf is signing a 3-year, $72 million extension that includes $58.2 million guaranteed per source. Deal includes $30 million signing bonus, the highest ever for a wide receiver. Metcalf will be a free agent again at 27 years old. Schefter also went on to add, DK Metcalf's agent, Torrey Dandy, and Seahawks GM John Schneider and executive Matt Thomas finalized the deal this afternoon. Metcalf is now one of the highest paid receivers in football. The highest paid receiver list includes Tyreek Hill at $30 million, Davante Adams at $28 million, DeAndre Hopkins at $27.25, Cooper Kupp at $26.17, A.J. Brown at $25 million. DK's deal puts him at $24 million, so that puts him tied for 6th and behind A.J. Brown. And as you can see with that group of elite wide receivers there, Tyreek Hill had to go to Miami to get that money. Davante Adams had to go to Vegas to get his. A.J. Brown had to go to Philly to get his. DK gets to stay home in Seattle to get paid. And you look at the other group involved here. I know that he's not in that top 5, but he's still above some very talented receivers in the money that he made. Stephon Diggs at 24 ties DK at that mark. DJ Moore at 20.63, and then you see Keenan Allen, Amari Cooper, and Chris Godwin all at $20 million. Some good company there. DK gets the money and, quite frankly, a team-friendly deal. Although it jumps off the page as a lot, at the end of the day, DK Metcalf could have been arguing for more, and the Seahawks find themselves in pretty significant territory there with the money that they end up paying DK Metcalf. A win for both parties involved here. DK gets his money, and the Seahawks did not have to pay him the most of anybody out there. So there you have it. Big news there. What's your one-word reaction to DK Metcalf getting his new contract? I want to know here directly from you guys how you think of the DK Metcalf deal. If you had to choose one word, what would your reaction to be to DK Metcalf's new deal, staying with the Seahawks for at least 3 more seasons? And this is why you subscribe to the channel, because you know we're going to cover it here on Seahawks Today. Breaking news, trades, free agency, extensions. Count you down to kickoff. We'll cover it all here on Seahawks Today. And you got to have the notifications on and join the Noti Gang so you never miss a moment. You're the first to know what's going on here on the channel. Subscribe now, youtube.com/Seahawks TV. That's youtube.com/Seahawks TV. So for my one word, I'm going to cheat. I'm going to do a hyphenated word here and say team-friendly. Now, I get it. Yes, that is a lot of money. And the Seahawks are going to pay DK Metcalf significantly more than anyone else on this roster. The next highest paid player makes about $17 million. I get that. But with the way the wide receiver market is going and continues to go up, it's better they get this done now, comparably speaking, what they would have had to pay him if this were to occur next offseason, quite frankly. And the numbers for DK through the first 3 seasons of his career have been nothing short of spectacular. The rookie season, 900 yards, 7 touchdowns. The second season of his career, he was able to rattle off a career-high 1,303 yards and 10 touchdowns. Last year, the yardage numbers went down, 967, but he had his highest touchdown numbers of his career with 12 total touchdown grabs. So with that being said, DK Metcalf's been really good for 3 years. but I think his best football is still yet to come. It's still in front of him. Even without Russell Wilson, and we'll talk about the quarterback situation in just a moment, I think there's reason to be optimistic of the future with DK Metcalf as your franchise player going forward. A very young guy, even in the rebuild process that the Seahawks find themselves in right now, they still have a guy that can be the face of this franchise through the next era of Seahawks football. And with that said, knowing that DK is going to be here for a while, you got to get yourself a DK Metcalf jersey. He's not getting traded. He's going to be here. So why not rock out with your hawk out with some DK Metcalf jerseys on hand? And we're going to offer you the opportunity to get them now while supplies last, because look, these things are going to be hot, folks. Now that you know DK's going to be around for a while, get yours at chatsports.com/DK jersey. And, man, doesn't it feel so much better when you can buy a jersey and you know the guy's going to be there? That's your opportunity to do so. This is the face of the franchise now. The Russell Wilson era is over. You need a new jersey to represent your Hawks going forward. Get your DK Metcalf jersey now. Chatsports.com/DK jersey. For me, this is the best news of the entire offseason. Look, this has been a long few months for Seahawk fans with the Russell Wilson trade and then not getting a quarterback for the future this offseason, with not investing in a quarterback, whether it was through the trade market, free agency, that you believed was going to be your long-term future, or drafting a guy with all that they went through and the players that they moved on from. Carlos Dunlap found a new home in Kansas City today. Bobby Wagner, of course, is gone now. Just a number of things that happened with this Seahawks team. This is the best news of the offseason, that you have this deal done, that you have DK sticking around for a while in Seattle. That's the news that you wanted to hear for the Seattle Seahawks. And there's uncertainty at this quarterback position, whether you go to Drew Lock or Geno Smith, either one. And we'll show you their numbers in just a second. But at the very least, whoever that quarterback is knows that, hey, I'm going to throw it to the 6'7", 6'10", 7'5" receiver. It feels that way with DK Metcalf. That when in doubt, go to DK, right? I don't know. Go to the 6'4", 230-pound receiver, right? He is going to provide a big safety net for whoever the quarterback is for Seattle this year and many years to come. Reason to be excited. So, did the Seahawks make the right move paying DK Metcalf? Of course they did, right? Type Y for yes. Type HY for hell yes. You know how we do things around here. Show some excitement for DK coming back to Seattle and getting this deal done. This is big news. This is exactly the news that the Seahawk fans wanted to hear, to see their star receiver locked up for quite some time. Now, the safety net that he provides here, I know that some people are going to say, well, how good is he going to be without Russell Wilson there? He played fairly well in the games that we saw Geno Smith start last year. And when you look at this team, with him there, Tyler Lockett there, Noah Fant, they have receiving options for whoever's at quarterback. Look, I understand that Drew Lock has not impressed in his time in the National Football League at this point. 25-20 touchdown-to-interception ratio, less than 60 quarterback rating, less than 60 completion percentage. Those numbers are not good. And then Geno Smith, his career numbers, although he played fairly well when he filled in for Russell Wilson last year, the jury is still out on Geno Smith at this point. He has not played well throughout his career. You know, whoever that quarterback is, get the ball to DK Metcalf. That is your number one job. Whether you're Geno Smith, whether you are Drew Lock, is get the ball to DK Metcalf. And now you know that you have your guy for this year and for many years to come. It's great news for the Seahawks. So, how excited are you that DK is locked up? Type 1 through 10 in the comments. Let me know. Put a number on it if you had to grade your excitement level. For me, I'd go with 11, personally. I mean, you got your guy, and you got him at a discount of sorts. You're not paying him what you're paying Tyreek Hill or Devontae Adams. And through three years, he's been phenomenal at this point. So, yes, I'd be very excited. Give me 11. Mark me down for 11 for the excitement level for keeping up DK for the long term. And, you know, we're going to cover this and everything in between with the Seahawks as we get you through training camp, counting you down to kickoff here on the channel. When news breaks like this, we have you covered. That's why you subscribe to the channel. YouTube.com/Seahawks TV. Join the Nota Gang. Turn those notifications on as well. We'll see you next time here on Seahawks Today.